You know, there's a conversation that follows you absolutely everywhere, every single day. And it's the one happening right inside your own head. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that inner voice, your self-talk, and uncover its incredible power to literally shape your entire life. So let me ask you something. Did you talk to yourself today? Come on, be honest. Maybe muttered something at your computer or had a full-blown debate in the car on the way to work. Well, if you did, you're definitely not alone. And while we sometimes think of it as a little strange, science tells a completely different story. That's right. Tons of research confirms that talking to yourself isn't just normal, it's actually essential for your mental health. So really, the question isn't if you talk to yourself, but how you're talking to yourself. And that's what we're going to dive into. Okay, first things first, let's get a handle on what this constant companion of ours actually is. Because your self-talk is so much more than just random thoughts. It's the internal script that ends up shaping your reality. Just think about it like this. It's that constant stream of words running through your head. But what makes it so unique, so powerful, is that you are both the one speaking and the one listening. You're creating this constant feedback loop, where the messages you send yourself are the ones that hit home the hardest.
And usually, this dialogue falls into one of two camps. You've got the positive self-talk over here. That's your inner coach, right? The one saying, I can do this. But then, you've got the inner critic. The one whispering, I'm a failure. The voice you decide to turn the volume up on, well, that can change absolutely everything.
So let's talk about the good stuff, the upside. Because when you use it the right way, positive self-talk is a genuine superpower for your brain. And these benefits, they aren't just vague feelings. They're real, they're measurable, and honestly, they're pretty astounding. And I want to be clear, this isn't just about thinking happy thoughts. A 2021 fMRI study literally showed that positive self-talk physically changes your brain. It lights up the neural networks tied to motivation and planning. So when you tell yourself, I can do this, your brain is actually getting to work to make it happen. It's incredible. And the psychological perks, they're huge. It acts almost like a shield against anxiety and depression, building up your self-esteem from the inside out. In fact, research from the American Psychological Association found that even really simple self-affirmation exercises can give you a major boost in your sense of well-being and self-worth. This really proves that the mind-body connection isn't just some abstract idea, it's a biological fact. The Mayo Clinic has linked positive thinking to some amazing physical outcomes, like longer lives and stronger immune systems. Just think about that for a second. What you say to yourself can literally make your body healthier and stronger. And the list just keeps going. You see it with athletes getting a competitive edge, with students improving their focus. Positive self-talk really is like an internal support system, helping you manage your emotions and navigate whatever life throws at you. But there is a twist in this story. What happens when this incredibly powerful tool turns against you? We have to talk about the hidden dark side, because your inner voice can become a weapon just as easily as it can be a shield. When negative self-talk isn't just a fleeting thought, when it becomes chronic, that's when the inner critic really takes over. And this isn't just a bad mood. We're talking about a destructive cycle. It cranks up your stress, sucks your motivation dry, and can literally make you sick by putting your body in a constant state of high alert. It's exhausting. And you know what's crazy? Look how quickly it can spiral out of control. This is what's called catastrophic thinking. It starts with one small event, like getting a C on an exam. Then that turns into a belief. I'm bad at math. And before you know it, you're at the bottom of the ladder with this huge, fear-driven conclusion about your entire future. So, the solution is just to force yourself to be positive, right? Just, look on the bright side. Well, not so fast. A phrase like that can sometimes do way more harm than good. This is something called toxic positivity. It's this idea that you have to be optimistic and positive no matter what's happening. But when you deny real, valid negative emotions, all you're doing is creating shame and guilt around them. You can't heal something you refuse to even look at. And get this, that same fMRI study that showed all the benefits, it also found a really surprising downside to positivity. Sometimes it can create what's called inaccurate confidence. You feel great, you feel like you can do anything, but you don't actually have the skills to back it up. And that can lead you to skip preparation and actually perform worse, not better. So, how do you find the balance, right? How do you get all the amazing benefits without falling into all these traps? Well, let's get into a practical guide for finding your true, most helpful inner voice.
It really boils down to a simple 4-step process. It all starts with self-awareness. I mean, you can't change what you don't even notice. Then, emotional authenticity, which means letting yourself feel what you're actually feeling. Next, you make a shift to neutral, just soften the language. And finally, and this is so important, you treat yourself like a friend by practicing self-compassion.
Okay, this shift to neutral idea is a real game changer. You don't have to make this giant leap from "I hate this" all the way to "this is amazing." Instead, just try reframing it. This is challenging. See how that simple shift just takes the emotional charge out of it? It makes the problem feel like something you can actually solve.
And then next time your inner critic starts talking, I want you to become a detective. Actively challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, wait a minute, is this really 100% true? What's the actual evidence for this? Most of the time, you're going to find that that negative self-talk is built on a whole lot of exaggeration, not actual facts.
So, you can really see the difference here between healthy and toxic positivity, right? It all comes down to realism. Healthy positivity says, yeah, this is tough, but I'm going to try my best. It lets you feel sad. Toxic positivity just denies reality altogether.
So let's boil it all down. What's the main takeaway here? Your inner voice is one of the most powerful tools you have, period. It can boost everything from your performance to your health. The key is just to manage it right. Listen for the benefits, but always watch out for that inner critic, the trap of toxic positivity and confidence that isn't backed by competence. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't about blind positivity. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about cultivating an inner voice that's balanced, that's honest, and most importantly, that's kind. It's about being an ally to yourself, not an enemy.
Let me leave you with this final thought. The voice you will hear more than any other in your entire life is your own. The only real question is, what will you have it say? Make the choice to cultivate a supportive friend in your mind, not a harsh enemy.